In the heart of the bustling city, a modern restaurant thrived with the hum of conversations and the clinking of cutlery. The warm lighting cast a golden glow over the elegant decor. Amidst the activity, a young woman in her early 20s moved gracefully between tables. Her long, wavy hair cascaded over her shoulders, and her warm smile greeted each patron. She wore a neat and stylish uniform, her every action radiating professionalism and kindness. Her presence added an extra touch of charm to the restaurant, making it a favorite spot for many. It was during a particularly busy evening that a young man entered the restaurant. He was around the same age as the girl, with an air of friendliness and approachability. As he walked in, his eyes caught sight of her taking an order at a nearby table. He couldn't help but be captivated by her beauty and the gentle way she interacted with the customers. The young man smiled, clearly impressed by what he saw. Moments later, their eyes met. The girl looked up from her notepad, and for a brief second, the world seemed to stop. Her smile widened just a fraction, a silent acknowledgement of the connection that had sparked in that instant. He held her gaze, admiration shining clearly in his eyes. When the time came for him to place his order, the young man took a seat at one of her tables. He smiled up at her as she approached, and she returned the gesture with a friendly, professional demeanor. Their conversation was brief, but filled with an unspoken understanding. He appreciated her recommendation for the house special, and she noticed the genuine interest in his questions about the menu. There was a hint of mutual interest, a spark that neither could ignore. Throughout the meal, the young man occasionally glanced in her direction, catching glimpses of her as she moved about the restaurant. Each time their eyes met, it felt more significant than the last. Finally, after finishing his meal, the young man prepared to leave. As he walked towards the door, he turned back one last time, his eyes searching for her. The girl, sensing his gaze, looked up from her work and met his eyes once more. She smiled, a silent invitation for more moments like this in the future. He smiled back, a promise of possibilities and romance yet to unfold.